begin the series this evening on the issue of government regulation, for what many see as over-regulation, too many rules, too little common sense. Many hog farmers complain about federal regulations forcing them to chronicle in 3-ring binders every single load of manure carried out of a barn. A lot of chronicling of a lot of manure, sparking a lot of questions about what regulations could come next.
It's on everybody's mind when at a farmer's, when you go to meetings, that of what's down the road for us all.
Grain farmers have similar concerns, spending tens of thousands of dollars and several weeks a year trying to stay on top of the newest rules.
It's a big concern. I'm worried that they're going to regulate us right out of farming.
It's not just farming. In an effort to enforce new water use regulations, the Department of Energy has adopted a strict definition of the term showerhead, fining 4 showerhead makers more than $165,000 for exceeding the new 2.5 gallon per minute maximum output.
There is a need to protect the consumers. I just feel like the government sometimes is a little overzealous.
In fact, in 2010, U.S. government agencies issued 3,573 final rules, an average of nearly 10 per day. It would take an average person 11 months to read all of last year's Federal Register detailing the rules from regulatory agencies. It stands at an all-time record high of 81,405 pages. According to the Small Business Administration, these regulations place a burden of $161,000 on the average business in America each year, and many of those costs are passed along to consumers. But it's small businesses that pay a steep price, $10,585 for every employee.
There are legitimate regulatory goals, but they need to be practically applied and practically enforced, and nobody's thinking that way. So American regulation is at best semi-effective, and it's horribly expensive.
Early in the year, the President issued an executive order directing all agencies to review regulations. Last month, the administration pledged to cut $10 billion in regulatory costs over the next 5 years.
There is some red tape that needs to be cut. We should cut it.
But Republicans say the administration has still continued to churn out new rules negatively affecting businesses, adding to what the House Speaker called a regulatory onslaught, including the health care law and financial services reform.
There are hundreds and hundreds of regulations that are going to cost hundreds of billions of dollars. And what that does, it raises the cost of doing business in the United States.
The President's allies say the regulation focus is overblown.
What sets the United States apart from, lesser developed countries and others is that we have strong rules of the road. There's a lot of rhetoric about people not hiring because of regulation or concern about regulation or fear about regulation, and not a lot of reality behind that.
But on the campaign trail and on Capitol Hill, regulations are now in the spotlight.
The Obama administration has 144 rules in the pipeline that would each cost the economy at least $100 million.